In today's video, we're diving into Jupiter's transit through Ardra Nakshatra, but with a specific focus. So, how this transit affects you based on the nakshatra that your natal moon is placed in your chart. So, what nakshatra it's in, and how this 2-month transit is going to affect you. Welcome to Lunar Persuasion, where we explore transits through the sidereal zodiac and what they mean for your birth sign using Vedic and ancient systems of astrology. So to understand what Jupiter in Ardra means for you, we're going to use a system called Nava Tara. Think of Nava Tara as a way to track how a particular nakshatra, like Ardra, interacts with your birth moon. It's like measuring the mood or the tone a transit brings into your life. So it could be supportive, it can be challenging, it could demand you to change in some way. So the moon moves through 27 nakshatras, and the Nava Tara divides those into 9 groups of 3. Starting from your Jama nakshatra, or also known as your birth star, aka your nakshatra of the moon. So this nakshatra of your moon at the time you were born is analyzed in so many ways in Vedic astrology. But one of those ways is through this system of Nava Tara. So each group of 3 contains 9 nakshatras, and each one represents a different kind of influence. Some bring growth and support. There's some that trigger transformation or pressure, and there's a few that are meant for letting go and moving on. So to get even deeper insights, each nakshatra is assigned a nadi. So this is associated with the doshas in the Ayurvedic system. So there is Adi, there's Madhya, and Antya. And I don't know if I'm pronouncing those correctly, but they're associated with Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. So as you can see, these nadis are connected to one of the 3 doshas in the Ayurvedic system. Now, each nadi provides us with clues about how the energy of a nakshatra manifests on a more physical or emotional level. So, for example, the Adi nadi is associated with Vatya, and it tends to bring movement and ideas and even a nervous energy. So Madhya nadi is associated with the Pitta dosha and creates heat and intensity and transformation. And the Antya nadi is associated with Kapha and is a steady, emotional, and grounding energy. And depending on your moon's nakshatra and where Ardra lands in your personal Nava Tara chart, this Jupiter transit could be inspiring, or it could be disruptive, or it could feel like you need to push to grow. So let's take a closer look at what Jupiter in Ardra means for you based on your moon nakshatra. Now, before we get into it, don't forget to like this video. If you found it interesting or helpful, share it with a friend. Y'all can go over each other's moon nakshatras together. And also be sure to check out the Nava Tara worksheet available on my website, which I have designed to help you explore the nakshatra relationships specific to your chart. So I have it linked in the description below. Okay, let's begin with Ketu ruled nakshatras. And keep in mind that you can use this technique with more than just your moon star. So to get a full picture of how the nakshatras interact and give influence in your chart, you can use the nakshatra of your sun or of your ascendant planet, or the Mahadasha planet that you're running right now, or any of the planets. Each one shows a unique perspective that you can explore. So remember, the moon travels through Ardra once a month for about a day. So the sun travels through Ardra once a year for several days, maybe a week. And then Jupiter makes this transit only every 12 years. Give or take the retrogrades, of course, and Saturn takes even longer, about 30 years. So these transits can really give you an idea of how these certain periods in your life will go based on the transits into those nakshatras. So the description for each Tara are short, but they're very insightful. So I'm going to go through each one pretty quickly. So listen all the way through, pick out your nakshatra, and you can understand how they influence your chart. Okay, so for Ketu ruled nakshatras, this is, and I'm going to look at my chart here. We've got Ketu nakshatras are going to be Ashwini, they're going to be Magha, and Mula. So this relationship to Ardra is an auspicious one. It's known as the Sadhaka Tara, and it's linked with your effort, your goals, and success. It's helping you achieve your ambitions through hard work. So this Jupiter transit, who naturally represents growth and expansion for either way, good or bad, is helping you here. It's beneficial to your moon, to your emotional mind, to your capacity to deal with whatever's going on in the moment. So that's something to think about if you're Ashwini, Magha, or Mula. And if your sun's there, this could be more connected to your soul, your dharmic drive. And if it's your ruling planet, it's going to definitely be connected with your karma and your physical body. So these are things to keep in mind. Now, if you have a Venus nakshatra, Bharani, Purva Falguni, Purva Ashada, this is going to be more of a stressful transit with Jupiter. So just how Jupiter expands the good things, it also expands the negative things as well. So this could trigger some stress and maybe even bring some enemies into your life. And anyone that has a Ardra Nakshatra, anyone that is a Venus Nakshatra is going to be stressful for that person. So if you're Bharani, Purva Falguni, Purva Ashada, this Jupiter transit could be, not as auspicious. Now, if you have a Sun Nakshatra, Kritika, Uttara Falguni, or Uttara Ashada, this is a Kashima Tara. So this is very auspicious. It's connected with your well-being. There's gradual growth here. The stars in this Tara is going to promote ease and relief from trouble. Now, if your moon nakshatra is ruled by the moon, so it's in Rohini, Hasta, or Shravana, and remember, you can look at your sun, your ruling planet. This is Vipat Tara. So this is actually indicating obstacles and instability. There could even be accidents. So these stars trigger challenges and unexpected difficulties. So right now with Jupiter and Ardra, it could be expanding those problems for you. So that's something you might want to observe over the next 2 months. Now, if you have any Mars nakshatra, so this is Mrigashira, Chitra, or Dhanishta, this is a Sampat Tara from Ardra. So that means it's associated with wealth, resources, prosperity. And the stars in this category are going to bring abundance and comfort. So this Jupiter transit is going to be very, very beneficial for you if you have any planets, specifically your moon, in Mrigashira, Chitra, or Dhanishta. Now, if you have any planets or your moon in Rahu, in Rahu Nakshatra. So this is Ardra, Swati, or Shatabhishak. Now, this is an inauspicious transit, and it basically indicates danger to the body, so danger to the physical self. And Jupiter here could bring on, depending on what house Ardra is in your chart, it could be expanding those dangers for you. So that's something to keep in mind. Now, if you have moon or any planets in a Jupiter-ruled nakshatra, so this is Punavarsu, Vishaka, or Purvabhadrapada, this is in a very friendly star group for you. So this Tara is called Parama Mitra, and it symbolizes the great friendship, loyalty, divine support. And this is the most nourishing and protective star group. So if you have any planets or your moon in Punavarsu, Vishaka, or Purvabhadrapada, then this is going to be a fantastic transit for you with this Jupiter transiting Ardra. Now, if you have any Saturn-ruled nakshatra, so this is Pushya, Anuradha, Uttara Bhadrapada. this is going to also be an auspicious, just not as auspicious as the last group, but it still is going to denote friendship, emotional balance. There's going to be ease in social situations. Interactions with these stars tend to feel pleasant. So this transit of Jupiter in Ardra is going to be very beneficial for your moon nakshatra or any other planets you have in Saturn-ruled nakshatras. Now, if you have any planets in a Mercury-ruled nakshatra, so this is Ashlesha, Jeshta, or Revati, then this is going to be the Nava Tara, and this is also a inauspicious nakshatra that represents loss, transformation. It's dealing with karmic endings and can signify this kind of collapse and rebirth energy. So it's very opposite energy of what Jupiter, the great benefic, kind of represents. So when you have Jupiter and Ardra and one of these nakshatras is in your chart, or a planet is in one of these nakshatras, then you're going to experience some sort of growth or expansion that may feel like a loss, or it may feel very transformative in a way that's emotional. So that's just something to think about. Now, that's it. That's all the nakshatras. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what nakshatras are in your chart. Does any of this resonate with you at all? And don't forget to hit that like button, share it with friends, and I will see you in the next video.